Hello developers, today on part 4 of the food delivery app tutorial, we are just going to see about these PD pages and we can also add the functionality of adding and removing favorites items to our wish list. So by using the Firebase, we have just implemented these functionalities. So without wasting time, let's dive into the implementation. For this, I am just going to implement this product details page in our product. For that add to cart and favorite functionality, I'm just creating my composable file of function product details page. Let me give us PD page, and I'm just going to add a preview for side by side view of our implementation. I'm just going to reuse my entire code on the top bar, the login screen. For these things, you can just check the previous videos. I'm just going to use scaffold. It has top bar. Default parameter of modifier top bar. I'm just going to reuse the content here with the text. Fine, but here the product details name is Mexican Apache. Just give the name. There is no space between them, so I'm just going to remove the spacer and all. Some text is something around, let me give something 18, and the font is color resource dot font color, something like color r dot color dot font color, just dark font. What else is there? Some heart icons there, right? So for this I'm just going to use some other icon of I'm just going to store this in image. So image painter source r dot drawable dot build heart. Okay, I'm just going to use build heart here, and something I'm just going to content description. Now let me give some size of 24 dp. And I just going to move towards right. So just give something weight of. Then we need to wrap this into a single row, and so that we can move towards to right side. Modifier dot weight of itf. Before giving size, just give some padding end of 36 dp. Hope it looks better. And finally, we can just give to vertical alignment also there, so there is no issues. Now we are just focusing on this bottom part. For this, I'm just going to, as the same C villa, I'm just going to use this column for the curved cut regions. And the padding takes its default value. And I'm just going to use this scaffold thing. For this, within this, there is some images there. So, and for this, I'm just going to wrap it within a box image with some value like modifier padding like 36 dp of horizontal, vertical. So I just give some all sides this 36 dp, painter or drawable dot pizza icon, and content description as usual. I just give it as a null. But you need to stretch this right. So for this, I'm just going to use some fill max width, wrap content height, clip rounded corner shape of 20 dp. Now I'm just going to fill this content scale. Default parameter is modifier content scale content scale dot fill bounds. Let me check, and we need to give some fill max width here also. Hope it's done perfectly fine. You can see here also 36, here also 36. Then node needs this inner padding. This vertical is fine. This bottom itself is fine. Even top slide will be there. And just give some height. Perfect. Now let me focus on these text fields. Here's some text field with size, let's say
it's 9:30.
Orange color base and all. So I'm just going to use this text field here. Let me default parameter modifier font weight something like bold. What else is that? I can just give the color as color resource all dot color dot orange base, some font size 40 sp, font size must be in sp, and further I'm just going to use this title and subtitle text. For the title I'm just going to use dark font, and the subtitle, let me say it won't be a bold, it will be a medium. Let me say 25, 18, 16. It is fine. Some description is there, so we can add this description. Cool. Some also we can add the bottom padding bottom 20 dp, so that it will look some spaces are better. And finally we are going to use this card button. This channel is completely optional, you can just try it out on your own. I'm just going to the mandatory field of card button. So for this card button there is a box, so okay, I'll just take it as a row of icon and text field, right? I'll just take it as a row of icon and text field. So icon I'm just going to use my own icon, so I just use my image, add to cart. So image we need to pass two parameters. One is painter resource all dot drawable dot cart icon, content description null. And we are going to use some padding now. Let me say some background, color resource or dot color dot orange base, some rounded corner shape is there. And further you can just add the inner paddings here. DP on all sides. So and just use this for now. We can check this later. You can change your own later. Add to cart, modifier dot font size. Let me give us 24 sp. Color dot white. Some boldness I just need, so I just need to use font weight or semi bold. Cool. I'm going to add some padding of adding top. Just have to add 20 dp. Everything looks fine, and I'm just going to wrap this within a box for a center alignment. It's a very optimal way of using that center alignment thing. Modifier dot fill max width, wrap content height, so content alignment dot center. Just take the full max width and just align the content to center. Hope the PD pages works working fine. We'll add this content dynamically on clicking of every product. For the navigation of the items, we need to pass within the composable functions of our PD page with some arguments of the data. So for this, I am just going to use PD page menu item as my arguments, and just going to initialize these arguments with the arguments functionality. Arguments equal to, we need to pass a list of nav argument of this thing. We need to pass menu item with the nav type, type equal to nav type dot string type. So we are just going to pass arguments with bundled in a string, and we can decode here. While passing, we just encode it, and just here I'm just going to decode it into from 1 to strings. For this, we need a dependency, something like Kotlin serialization. So for this, I'm just going to use Kotlin X serialization group org.jetbrains.kotlin.x name Kotlin.x serialization JSON, and some version which is like 1.6.0 as of now. You can use our latest version when you are building this. So I'm just syncing the project, and here we need to use in our build.gradle. So just going to build.gradle implementation list.kotlin.x.serialization. Just sync now. While syncing it, it's just downloading the necessary dependencies for the project. Then we are just going to use within our project requirements. Current back stack entry, where arguments current backstack entry dot arguments dot get string. As I say, I'm just going to take the arguments from the string. After that only I'm just going to decode it. Well, decode string URL decoder dot decode something like arguments with standard capset dot qtf8 dot toString. Let's decoding the string as per the arguments, and I'm just going to make it in the model class. For this I'm just going to make product data something like this. We need to maintain the camel case. Product data decode string JSON dot decode to string from string of home item, and here I'm just going to use decode string. Now it's stored in the product in the form of home menu item. Now we can easily pass into our PD page. Product data, just add a parameter. Here we are just going to remove this, and we can use this product for everyone. Title, let me say name, and null checks. And for the image parameters, we are just going to use here, instead of pizza, remember async image painter. Product data, and here we can use our price. Product is like this, product data price, and description we can use. Here also I just going to use my name and description. Product data dot name, product data dot description. Fine. We also need to pass the base URL, so let me do that finally. And meantime, it need to be open when. So for that we need to add the logic, right? In bestseller clickable, recommended clickable. So bestseller item, so each item need to be clickable. For this I'm just going to add a clickable for here. Just pass clickable on product click. You need to just take it as a function here. On product click, this function can be used on in its parent. So what happens when we product click? We are just navigate to window, home screen. We need to pass controller, controller dot navigate, right? and get pd as I say, we need to pass this in a like this. IT in the sense home innovator. We are just passing this here, but be careful. We don't need to pass directly. We just need to encode and pass. Encode string. We need to pass this encoder string here. So for this, we just implement the encoder string by URL encoder dot encode something like data string. And how it's going to encode? So I'm just going to add a data string. So something standard dot utf8 dot toString. The same utf8 only we are going to decode. So for the data string, I'm just going to use this home menu item, right? So we can't directly pass this. We need to pass as a JSON. So JSON dot to JSON string like that. To JSON string and something like IT. Now it converted into data string. Data string is encoded into encoded string, and we are passing. And at this time, we are just decoding and just convert it into a home menu item, right? So hope it works. Before that, we need a base URL which is passed everywhere, right? So how to check this base URL? We need to set it up on the view model. So for this, I'm just going to ask for pd page. Just pass the view model and in image, I'm just going to use base URL view model data not value base image URL. We need to pass like this only. Hope everything is perfect. And before running this, we just need to add something like view model, main view model here, and something of home menu item. We need to ask a serializable, serialize, and build or grid illa. We need to add some serialization plugins. Kotlin serialization version plugin serialization version 1.9.0 like that. Fine. And I sync this and we can run the project. Before that, another thing to check, the delivery time is not coming on response. So just remove this. Hope it's fine. Let's run the project. When we click each item of bestseller, it just goes to this. Okay. Yeah, hope it's getting good. And finally, we just do the same process for It's recommended items also. Main activity. We need a on-click functionality, so we'll just pass clickable here. Clickable of on product. Click. You can do it on yourself on your own. That is also good. It's just a function call, right? And here we need to use the same as this. Here it is a recommended item. Recommended item. What else we need to do? Yeah. Hope it will work. We can now click in recommended item also. It will just navigate to this corresponding page. Yeah, that's it. And next phase, I'm just going to add on favorite functionalities. So when we click on add to favorites, it will reflect in this favorites page. For this, I'm just going to use preview, composable, favorite screen. Like that, I'm just going to favorite screen. And here we are going to write our functions. Okay. So for now, I'm just going to use scaffold top bar here. Just copy this and use it within the scaffold. Scaffold of modifier top bar and text of favorites. You can say the side-by-side implementation on right. Just use something like 20. No, just 20. And also here I'm just going to use this column as a curved column, right? Padding, inner padding is following as per this. And what is I missing? I'm just starting to use our products here. In the column it contains of text, something like your favorites items. Second parameter is defaultly modifier font size, font weight, something like be symbol, font size 32 sp. Okay, 28 sp. Some color is color resource r dot orange base. Cool. Now we are just going to list our items here. For this, I'm just going to use lazy vertical grid, columns of side by side of two columns, right? Fixed of two vertical arrangement. So no modifier vertical arrangement dot spaced by 16 dp. Horizontal arrangement similarly or spaced by 16 dp. Cool. It's perfect. Now I just give some spaces of no need of space. Already padding is there. Fine. What else? We need to pass the items. Items of this. For now, I'm just going to use 10. Bestseller item we can't use as it has some properties. So I'm just going to use my favorite items. It doesn't have parameters for now. Product layer, just comment it up for now. Painter resource all dot drawable dot pizza. Price, let's say 500, 400. And yeah, it is a composable. Just mixed up. Padding top, let's say 16 dp. We can also add few more things like text, title and subtitle to make it better looking view. So it is going to add a column here because currently entire thing is wrapped in a box. So for using text we need to use a column. Column will be looking like modifier dot fill max width under wrap contents height. I just use this as a fill max width for now. Cool. Now we're just going to add text field here and here. Text field color dot color zone all dot color dot font dark font. Font size, let me give us a 24. Oh, 18 is fine. And the font weight, let's be semi-bold. Hope it works better. To use the favorite functionality, we need some database of firestore like Firebase database or Firebase data store we are going to use. So for now I'm just going to use firestore of cloud. Just add the dependency to the project. Now it's importing. Right, I just double shift and search for Firebase. You can also use that. And where Firebase and just use db Firebase firestore dot get instance, which is a database for mine, and I'm just going to use in further operations. I'm just going to have a favorite list of IDs, mutable list of mutable list of string, mutable list of string here too. Okay, by using this we are going to check whether it is wishlisted or not, like that. So pd page, I'm just going to use where is favorite, and this I am going to use view model dot favorite list dot contains and this product data favorite if favorite else or dot drawable dot close on. So again we are going to check for these functionalities here, right? So add favorite, we need a database to use. For this I'm just going to use Firebase data store. We need a ID, user ID equal to Firebase auth current user ID. Let me take it as the current user ID, and we need a DB reference. For this I'm just going to use docref db.collection. I'm just going to use favorites as my collection name, and document of UID, which is unique for individual users. Okay, and here docref dot get add on success listener. If already the document is exists, right? In this case, we just need to update it. Else, we need to set this data. Okay. For that, docref dot update of ID we need to pass the ID here. Field value dot array of ID. Favorite IDs. Then just use add on success listener and add on failure listener. Failure listener, we can get the exception of what failure is this, like that. Okay, if something like if you don't it's already success, then just pass like added to favorites. Added to favorites. Else we just pass the exception here of message failure. Then if not matched, then I just going to use val favorites data hash map of something like I just going to use the same favorites ID as per the top, right? So favorites ID to list of ID. Just pass here and we are just going to add it further. Docref dot set favorites, that is this favorite data, and set options of merge. If it is not there, then we are just going to set options dot merge here. Add on success listener and similarly add on failure listener. Add on failure listener. So these two and all I just copy from here, both the same functions only. And finally, after this, I'm just going to add failure listener too. If there is no data itself there, so in that case also we just need to toast the failure. Cool. Then add favorite is fine. Similarly, we are going to add the remove favorites. Int. By using this, we are going to remove this favorite. Same docref and the UID, just passing here, and docref dot get add on success listener if it dot exist. Similarly, docref dot update this same that favorite IDs. Field value dot remove unit. Something like field value dot array remove. Here array unit, here array remove. And something, if it is successfully removed, we can just show this and all. Fine. Remove to favorites, successful. If any failure causes, just show this failure. Add on failure listener. Here also, if any failures happens, just show the error message as such. Then we need to finally add a remove function. We need to fetch the data to update the list, right? Fetch favorites. This is gonna be the entire list of favorite IDs going to use here. For this, I'm just going to use same this and all. I'm just going to use docref dot get add on success listener if it dot exist, it in the sense document is existent, then just going to add the favorites, which is a temporary variable. I'm just going to check dot get of favorite this ID. As list of int, else it is a empty list. Okay, this is the temporary thing, and after that we are just going to update the favorite list. IDs favorites dot map it's just going to map with a mutable list of everything IDs. Else same thing, favorite IDs, just a mutable list of, just initialize to empty list. Success listener, failure listener, the same thing I'm just going to use. Once add or removed, in the sense if it is successfully added or successfully removed, we are just going to use fetch favorites here. Right, to update the current list. Cool. Now finally we are going to use in our here view model fetch favorite, something like favorites. Here we have just mismatched this something. Now it works fine. And also whenever added or removed, right, in PD page, if whenever it's added or removed, we are just going to use. So for this, clickable at least favorite. If it's already favorite, we just need to remove. Else view model dot add favorites. Cool. Finally, we need to add some navigation for the bottom bar, right? So for this, I'm just going to this home screen, just checking for something like main screen. So we are going to add that bottom bar navigation. Okay. For this, I'm just going to add a home screen, which is a main screen, and these contents must be in something which is going to remove. So remove for now. Cool. It's needed to be wrapped with home CV, home screen. I need to pass few more items. So unit of padding here. Something like view model and controller. View model controller. I'm going to use a column with the modifier this thing. Going to maintain a current index. Remember, mutable state of 0. This is the current index 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like that. So if when so I'm just going 0 in the sense home screen of view model and nav controller. Dot value. It's a favorite, right? 1, 2, 3 or 0, 2. Second index, I'm just going to favorite screen for now. So when bottom bar is clicked, I'm just going to share the selected index on a function. Okay. So when it's clickable, I just for selected index of index. Index of image. Pass the index here, and we will get the index here. And I'm going to use controller dot navigate main of this index. IT is coming as an index from bottom bar. Okay. If nothing comes, I just pass the index come from here. We need to take it from here as index as usual. Arguments list of nav argument index type nav type dot int. Fine. Once it's done, I just take it as a backstack entry. So val index equal to it dot arguments dot get int index. Just pass the index here. If nothing is there, I just pass the index as 0, which is the home screen, right? To using this, we need a mapper function of the IDs, right? So for this, I'm just going to use in view model, just create a menu items map function to map all the IDs with the map. Fine. Need a menu map by remember. Here no need of remember, just immutable state of something map int home menu item empty map. We're just going to use this here. For this, I just need a menu list of data value data recommended restaurant menu best sellers. Nothing is that, that's an empty list. Fine. Similarly, just to reuse this, which is a recommend. Fine. Sorry, it's a function. Fine. We need of a mapping. So menu map equal to menu list. Each need to be associated with something by ID. And finally, after home fetching data, we just map to everything, and we need a return function. When we pass the list of IDs, we need return of list of home items, right? Return ID map not null, just a mapping function of menu map of IT. Just map the entire ID with the map and return the list of home menu items. Fine. Here I just need a view model and controller. Just import the two parameters. Favorites data. Let me say something like view models dot home, not a home, view models dot favorite IDs. We need to pass it on view model dot get menu items. Now we get the favorite data, right? So we are just going to use this in our favorite data item index data. Just pass this data into this function. Need a parameter. In following this, we just need a base URL. So I just murder data value base image URL. I just pass this base image URL and add a parameter. And finally, here we can add this. I can add on product click further, as same as the previous things. Here we are just going to use remember using image painter base URL plus data of image URL. It's a price, so I'm just using data dot price. And what else I missed out? Name, data dot name. Fine. Default value is empty. On product click, base URL is product click. I'm just going to reuse this. ID of data. Fine. Hope everything's going good. And we need a small change of PD page layer. It is a remember of mutable state variable. So after that we can change this, right? Mutable state of this thing. So when they click, they just toggle the data. His favorite value, his favorite not value. Hope everything's perfect. I'll run the project. Now we can just go to the PD page. We can just toggle by removing or adding the products. Just adding the products here, and we can come back and go to the favorites page. Here we have that favorite items are listed down here. And that's all about today. In next video we are going to see about adding carting functionalities. Hope you like this tutorial. Thinking of subscribe and comment your thoughts. Thank you.